All right. Hey, man, how y'all doing today, man? Hope y'all doing good, staying well, staying healthy, all that great stuff, man. We got a vid that I'm pretty interested on, man. It's from Thinking Basketball. You know what I mean? So shout out Thinking Basketball. I think the name, I got Ben Taylor. You know, shout out to him. Rich link in the description. I was interested in this, man. This question is, did LeBron James play the three greatest games ever in 2016, bro? You know, LeBron had an incredible series in 2016, and so did Kyrie Irving. He had an incredible series in 2016. You know what I mean? LeBron scoring freaking, bro, 40 a night, bro. 2015, 40 a night. And 2016, man, it's just like, oh man, that was obviously, arguably the greatest series of all time. But yeah. Without further ado, let's get straight in this video, man. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
One is a small number, and for a limited time, I have a $1 a month deal. If you sign up at theathletic.com for a limited time, I have a $1 a month deal.
Boom.
If you sign up at theathletic.com/thinkingbasketball. They feature huge names like David Aldridge and John Hollinger, and also have great local coverage for every greatest game or greatest series of all time. But LeBron James's last 3 games of the 2016 season might be the best 3 consecutive games ever played. Like many of the all-time greats, LeBron has a collection of greatest hits, playoff games that define...
Now, it's always going to be arguable because different eras, people's going to compare different eras, talking about, you know, because this person playing this era, this person playing this era, so-and-so happened, you know. So I'm just going to like look at it for like just for what the video is, you know.
Career, but it's rare for these games to happen consecutively, and with the season on the line, to say nothing of a 73-win opponent in Golden State. Game 5 felt like a coronation in Oakland, with the Warriors fans ready to crown their 73-win champion. And it was a pedestrian start for LeBron, with a turnover and a post-up that turned into a missed fadeaway. A few minutes in, and he comfortably knocked down a catch-and-shoot 3, which was an ominous sign for Golden State, because they wanted to concede these shots to James by going under ball screens like this. Naturally, LeBron missed a few of these, but his makes led to aggressive shooting. Golden State...
That's a grown man shot right there, man. When you shoot and your legs swing forward, you got a grown man shot.
He was quick to fire, and it was clear his jumper was working when he dropped this pull-up. These long jumpers start to soften up the defense. A big man comes up a bit higher, and a little hesitation is enough to drive it home and finish. Next time down, it's more pick and roll into the big man, and LeBron turns the corner, but Golden State sends extra help, so he somehow makes this kick-out pass and then hangs around to clean up the miss.
That's a great find.
2.
That's a great find.
Because he finishes at the rim like a cyborg, LeBron's hot shooting left the Warriors
shoot that
big
joint.
men
Yep.
between a rock and a hard place. They were reluctant to wander too far out and instead conceded mid-range jumpers, which LeBron was happy to rise up and knock down. The Warriors struggled in part because Draymond Green was suspended for just a bit of extracurricular activity at the end of Game 4, which weakened Golden State's defenses against this pick-and-roll action, and left them with weaker rim protection in general. James Michael McAdoo is a huge downgrade from Draymond in these small lineups, and bigger lineups lacked that extra rotation to slow down the L train. All of this caused Golden State to try switching, but that still gave LeBron airspace on his jumper, and so next time they switch, the defender slides up to cover the shot, and LeBron just drops the Akron hammer, and it's 3 the old-fashioned way. On this trip, they try to avoid the switch, and the moment James senses Andre Iguodala leaning one way, he attacks, and it's over. Andrew Bogut's injury early in the third quarter crippled the Warriors' backline for the rest of this game, and that's when LeBron's all-time playmaking started to take over. To stop the pick-and-roll bleeding, Golden State brought an extra defender over, so LeBron whipped a skip pass for a great look.
You know, LeBron loves skip passes too, man. He loves skip passes, because that's most of the time the most open man is the dude on the further side of the court.
They tried to blitz James with that big man with an extra defender slid underneath, so he patiently looks that defender off and drops a lob into the bigger Tristan Thompson for a bucket.
Eyes.
And there was ingenious manipulation in his passing, running that same pick and roll and ball faking Klay Thompson out of the lane for another easy bunny. LeBron showcased a wide variety of passes down the stretch in this series, and his playmaking was even better in Game 6. A quick kick out here after drawing a double team in the post leads to another 3. And in transition, he would have made Magic Johnson proud. First that bounce pass, and then this absurd lob to the backside, which takes some stones to throw over multiple defenders, and it's a bullseye.
Even some of his this is a small forward, power forward, like small forward pass / power forward, like moving as fast as he moving with the IQ he got, and able to shoot distance. Anybody would love to have that on their team, bro. Anybody
ideas that flamed out were sage-level passes. Harrison Barnes still doesn't know where the ball went, and if Thompson handles it cleanly, it's another layup. His passing wasn't perfect. Those kinds of games are incredibly rare, but he was still a playmaking machine, setting up his teammates for a barrage of open looks that led to a 118 offensive rating in games 5 and 6. His scoring even provided some gravity, working a little handoff here that sent both defenders toward LeBron, leading to an easy layup. The filthiest pass of them all might have been this.
And it's like he knows that, you know what I mean?
Flick out of the pick and roll, threading the needle through a brief moment when Iguodala peels off and Thompson is momentarily free at the rim. By game 6, LeBron's court mapping was as dialed in as his jump shot, flipping this ahead to Kevin Love, then running it down and instantly knowing the shooter was still open at the line for another long-range missile. In addition to some great fast break passing, LeBron's transition scoring was on full display in these 3 games.
A lot of trust in it.
James
a lot
is
of
the
trust,
best
man.
transition scorer in league history because of his size and strength. Mixing that with his dexterity makes him nearly impossible to contain in the open court, and even at 31, his explosive straight line speed was still enough to outrace most players on the planet. We'll see that explosive full court burst again in a moment. Exploding late in a playoff series is nothing new for LeBron as he figures out his opponent. In his prime, his rebounding, assists, turnovers, scoring volume, and efficiency have all gone up in games 5, 6, or 7 compared to games 1 through 4 of a series. His one-number metrics, like Basketball Reference's box plus minus or game score, all improve in the back half of a series, whereas someone like Kobe Bryant stays about the same, and Michael Jordan's actually drop off due to a dip in scoring. So it should come as no surprise that down the stretch of Game 6, LeBron did a little of everything, attacking a closeout here and contorting for a left-handed finish. Off of this miss, he times a cut perfectly, flying by Klay Thompson for a dunk. He crashes the boards from the perimeter and is just too big for anyone in Golden State's small ball lineup. And this was part of a stretch where LeBron marched off 18 consecutive points for the Cavs, showing off his footwork in isolation to earn more trips to the free throw line. At times, it started to feel like he was toying with the Warriors' elite defense. Pump fake, spin, and then again earning free throws with a ball fake. Then he just worked his way into the lane and started making all kinds of stuff, and even with Iguodala draped all over him, LeBron showed the entire repertoire. But James punctuated this game on the defensive end, sending Steph Curry's shot into the front row.
Imagine if LeBron and prime T-Mac played together. Oh my gosh. 6'9". Well, you had LeBron, T-Mac, and KD. It's over. It's over.
Him pass it next time or I'll do it again. I'm assuming he issued that friendly warning because in Game 7, Curry tried it again and LeBron inhaled his shot. Or maybe he asked him,
even LeBron, T-Mac, and D-Wade, it's tough because they ain't got a two-way. You know what I mean?
Remember last time you tried this because he tracked him down in Game 5 for another huge swat.
A real good two.
Curry wasn't the only one who succumbed to the LeBron chase down in these games. Note LeBron timing up his steps here in Game 5 against Iguodala. In Game 6, after a tough miss against the shot clock, James hustled back to give Draymond Green the exact same treatment. And LeBron's rim protection was prominent in these 12 quarters, sliding down to erase shots like a dominant big man. This is an incredible reaction. He's on Draymond but spots a cutter and instantly beams himself up to the rim to save the layup.
That's crazy!
These don't always need to be blocks either. This is a high-level vertical contest.
Like he's playing, he's basically like playing every role at once, bro, in the game. You know what I mean? Rim protector, shot blocker, rebounder. But obviously, everybody rebounds. You know what I mean? But facilitator, you know, scorer, you know, pick and roll, like
any paint protecting center would admire. And that means his mere presence can deter shots as the Warriors pass out against his rotation here for a long jumper. This play in Game 5 was also remarkable, backpedaling against a 3-on-1, waiting for a pass, and then doing just enough to save a dunk. To be fair, his defense wasn't perfect either. For instance, he misses a pick 6 here and leaves Clay open for a clean 3. But his man defense
and like he's not like great, you know, laterally. You know what I mean? Quickness. I do catch him a lot when he's on defense. And then say like he get beat, he's always have to catch up by running, you know. So he'll slide them puppies. He will, but on a I guess his overall lateral quickness as far as like just sliding puppies like it's nothing. Yeah, he definitely got to put effort in it, you know. Yeah,
wrong enough for the most part.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be right there, but he gets the block. Like, he gets
Curry backdoors loved for the most part, and some of his reads.
I got my glasses on. No, I wasn't. That was a great.
Curry backdoors love here, and LeBron immediately pounces,
you know what I mean?
And calls for a switch, and that turns into a long jumper instead of a potential layup. He's following Sean Livingston on this one, but recognizes the pick and roll danger and blows the play up for a steal. Some of these were really high leverage plays. Green's driving for a layup, and LeBron snatches this pass like Odell Beckham,
he knew.
And it's a layup on the other end of the court.
It's like a game of chess,
discussed
you know?
LeBron's elite reflexes in his 2020 defensive profile, and they kick in here. Iguodala's wide open, but James reads Clay's eyes, and it's a stick save. LeBron's hands were just super active like this throughout these games, throwing them into the passing lane and deflecting balls. He even flicked one
doing
from
all the little
chasing
stuff, man.
Clay around, which led to
the
a
little
run
details.
out. And this defensive impact is what theoretically puts these 3 games over the top for me. It's 6 halves that include red-hot, big-time
picking them
scoring,
joints. I actually didn't notice
playmaking, and these huge defensive plays.
I did not notice all these steals he's getting.
In games 6 and 7, there was a more concerted effort to attack Curry in pick-and-roll situations, punishing the Warriors for switching him onto LeBron. This didn't lead to a bunch of scores per se, but instead collapsed the Warrior defense, allowing James to create open shots for teammates. Once again, it was LeBron's passing that exposed Golden State's help.
Yep.
He looks to the corner with 2 bodies in the paint and then throws
his passing is his biggest attribute, man. And it's like
up, and it's another layup.
You know, one thing about being a passer is that you have to trust your teammates, man, to knock those shots down, you know?
And he's sloppy here with 5 fouls, and there's yet another.
And if he has teammates that could do that, That makes this game far much more easier, bro.
Of this. Faking a shot
Far
to
much more
freeze
easier.
Draymond because he's a brilliant lob defender.
But then he could just break teams down easily like that, you know?
Whenever Green could stay with LeBron, it made life significantly harder and kept Golden State from scrambling on defense. Other defenders didn't stop James from creating, though. He gets a step on Clay here and sets up another open jumper. I do think Cleveland drained too much clock looking for these switches on a few possessions down the stretch, leaving LeBron in isolation mode with a short clock to work with. And with about 2 minutes to go in the third, a failed switch hunting attempt led to a run out for Golden State, and Sean Livingston tied the game at 71. But LeBron had an answer, backing Livingston down and making yet another steep fadeaway. A few trips later,
Tough
he turned
fade,
back
too.
into the lane for another short shot to put the Cavs ahead by 1. After one of those late clock switches, he drove left and somehow kissed this runner over Draymond's help. And with the Cavs trailing by 1 inside 5 minutes, his incredible shot making continued, draining a late clock 3 to put Cleveland ahead. After that, both teams struggled to score, just stuck on 89, and then it happened.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
That was a great timing by Ben Taylor too. Like, let the narrating like fade down, and then like time it just like on time with the actual like live commentary.
Score just stuck
Is commentation
on
is commentation a word? Why did I just say live commentary?
89, and then it happened.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
That speed and rim protection we saw throughout these games saved the day, with LeBron sizing up the block exactly like he did in Game 5, and I'm not sure if any
That was
other
his
player
Superman
in
moment, bro.
NBA history could make that play.
That was his
A
Superman
minute
moment.
later, Kyrie Irving hit the game winner. The Cavs stunned the 73-win Warriors, and all told, LeBron James averaged 36 points, 12 rebounds, and just under 10 assists, along with 3 steals and 3 very important blocks per game
That's crazy.
in what may very well have been the 3 greatest games an individual has ever played. I've added a few of the other great 3-game stretches in the description box below.
Okay.
Remember to check out theathletic.com/.
Respect, man. Respect. Hey, I just want just to see, what he was talking about, man. But sheesh, man. Shout out LeBron James, bro. Yeah, no cap. Lakers were sorry this season. Calling it what it is, man. I heard Coach Vogel got fired. Don't know if they're gonna keep Russ. Yeah, no, Lakers are sorry. But yeah, it is what it is. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing, man. I'll be reacting to the playoffs. As soon as that get up, I'm really interested in the teams that I kind of like. I personally care about. No offense to the other teams, but I personally care about Nets, Sixers, Bucks on the East. No offense to Miami. No offense to the Celtics. You know what I mean? No offense to Atlanta Hawks. I am pretty interested to see how the Hornets do against the Atlanta Hawks in the play-in tournament. But I'm more interested in just Nets, Bucks, Sixers, and then the West. I'm really just interested in the Warriors, Suns. Those are my. Maybe Denver, maybe Denver. Grizzlies probably. How's Grizzlies doing actually? Hold up, let me actually check right quick. Give me a sec. 1 2 1 2. Grizzlies. Let's see. Let me see the standings. Daggone, they second place, bro. Yeah, that's what. Okay, man, speak English. That's what I'm kind of interested in. I'm interested in the Suns, Grizzlies, Warriors. They top 3. Maybe the Nuggets, kind of. You know, I am interested to see what the Clippers. I do want to see what Paul George, you know what I mean, fun to do. Reggie Jackson, you know, their squad. Yeah. Mavericks, you know, I miss a Luka, but I honestly don't think Mavericks gonna make it far. And I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he does, you know, but I just don't feel they're gonna make it far, man. You know, I feel like they need just one more piece or something like that. And yeah, but Luka doing his thing. Luka doing his part. He's great, you know. He's great, you know. But yeah, those are my three. West Side, Suns, Warriors, Grizzlies. East Side, Nets, Bucks, Sixers, man. I just want to see those 6 teams. And that's why I'll probably reacting to playoff-wise the whole time. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this video, man. That's going to do it for today. Hope y'all stay well, stay healthy, stay blessed. Love you guys very much, man. Peace. I'm out. Woo!